Many in the GOP say it's not over yet. We mentioned the president taking a look at legal action. And with that, we're joined by Fox 5 legal analyst Wendy Patrick. Wendy, thanks for being with us tonight.
Always a pleasure. It's an exciting weekend.
Yes, it is. Well,
Election week.
well, with the president saying there have been several irregularities in the voting process, what is he claiming that has happened, and what can really be done about it, Wendy?
Right, two really good questions. Well, the president has made one thing very clear. He is not going quietly into that good night, and neither are his supporters and neither are his lawyers. Irregularities and illegalities, those are the claims that are being made across the country in several states, particularly the states where it was a close vote, because that's the practical question, isn't it? Is it really going to make a difference? And some of the allegations that have come forward, some of the affidavits, some of the evidence has shown that perhaps there are some valid legal challenges. Now, here is really the ultimate question. Will it matter? What is the number of the contested votes? And if you add those into the equation, will they push the president over the finish line? Again, according to the lawyers, and you and I both and our viewers, we cannot wait to see the lawsuits that are going to be filed on Monday. But that is going to have to be what they are claiming and what they're alleging.
Well, how long could this process be spread out? I mean, how long could this take? I mean, back in 2000, Bush Gore, there was litigation for more than a month.
Well, that's right. And we know that we have to have the results, and the Electoral College will certify the results on December the 14th. But we are not going to have to wait till then. I mean, the courts are moving very quickly. They are fast tracking these cases. You've already heard Justice Alito weighing in about what they're going to do with the late ballots in Pennsylvania, because, of course, the Pennsylvania courts can't move Election Day. So there are these types of legal triage cases going on all over the country. There's no one size fits all, because there were specific irregularities that are being alleged in different states. But I just have to say one thing about the president. So he has not spent his day grieving in the Oval Office, but swinging a golf course out on the green, swinging a golf club out on the green. I mean, he has really gotten some well-deserved and much-needed break, even stopping to take photos and meet some fans. But then you're right. After that golf game, he took to Twitter in all caps, and you read a portion of it. He's taking his battle from the Situation Room to the courtroom. But the other thing to remember, if these legal challenges are not successful, the word from the White House is that he will continue to work for the American people during his last 2 months and then graciously concede and peacefully transfer power. And who knows, maybe he'll run again in 2024.
All right, Wendy Patrick joining us. Wendy, always a pleasure to hear from you. Thank you again.